Merely a green.
There we go.
Thanks.
Gross.
Yeah.
Red leather,
right.
yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, yellow leather.
We are live, so
I know. I'm doing all my vocal exercises.
Okay. Hello and welcome to episode number 872 of the.
Goodness me!
Wow, that's embarrassing for
wrong.
everyone.
Take two.
Take two. Hello and welcome to episode number 873 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, August 15th, 2023. I'm your host, Chris Johnston, and with me, as always, from Canada is Mr. Greg Seward.
Hello.
How's it going there, sir?
It's good. I finished building that Pac-Man arcade set that you got sitting on the shelf back there.
Excellent. When did you finish that?
Pretty cool. A couple days ago.
Oh yeah. Okay. I gotta start doing that.
But it's not on the floor anymore.
That's
Not on the
That's
floor.
progress.
It hasn't been on the floor for a little while.
I know. You're moving at your pace.
Moving at exactly my pace, very slow.
I notice,
Uh-huh.
CJ,
The art's
on your
still on the floor.
little play shelf back there,
Yeah.
your bookshelf that is
Nothing in it
noticeably
yet. I
devoid
noticed,
of
yeah.
There's
books.
no books. Yeah.
Right. No, I understand that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I couldn't help but notice you have your Pac-Man Lego set up there. You also have on
I do.
display
Yeah.
the little pirate Lego set that you received as a
Oh yeah.
as a little
Yeah.
bonus.
Yeah.
I
That
should
was-
do that as like an appetizer to the full.
Well, that's what I'm wondering is are you just have that there on display because it's piratey?
No. He
Or is
literally
that
just
just
stuff
like-
there. He just puts stuff there.
I don't
that
know
he
what
needs
to do with
at
that.
some point.
Oh,
Build it.
I don't know what to do with that. Why would I
put
want
it
to do
together.
that? Why?
It's a Lego set.
Yeah.
Why? It's a Lego set I have no need for. It's not Seinfeld. It's not The Office. It's not a Pac-Man thing.
It
I don't need a
requires me to
pirate
use
thing.
my imagination.
It's
It
not
doesn't have a
official
Dwight Schrute in it.
If it's not official Sea of Thieves, although hey, if Mega Bloks starts making Sea of Thieves,
They
There
might.
it is.
then I'll be into that. But yeah, that's just sitting there for now.
Okay.
Not sure what to do with it.
That's just storage.
It's just sitting there. Yeah.
You could sell it. You could eBay it.
I could. Do those eBay for much?
Promotional
Those sort of
sets like that
Probably not.
Exclusive
tend to
sets?
go for. You might be able to get like $30 out of it.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will.
Yeah, it's not nothing.
Not nothing. There you go. Joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
Hello.
Hi there.
What's up?
Nothing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
enjoying.
It's hot. It's warm
It is hot here, right?
in Washington. It's going to be like today it was over 90 degrees. It's going to be over 90 like several days in a row here.
That sounds awful.
Most of
Yeah.
the week. So yeah, get ready for that.
Yeah, it's not. It's not been cool here
No.
today, and yeah,
No.
this whole upcoming week is looking.
And last
Not
week
great.
was so nice. It was like mid 70s. It was
Yes.
perfect. Yeah. And now
You know
we're
what,
back in-
CJ?
Yeah.
I want to take this back. I know this weather conversation is riveting, but let's get back to the more riveting Lego conversation.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Lego set 40589, the Pirate Ship Playground limited edition gift with purchase,
Mm.
not in as high of demand.
Well, it just came
Imagine
out, like,
that.
a couple months ago.
It only came
Well, you know
out,
what?
like, yeah,
Here's
July.
the thing, though, about Lego, Greg. Lego appreciates in value very quickly.
Oh, so
That's
like everything else.
Yes.
Well,
Boy, especially Lego. Once a Lego set, like those promotional sets, tend to go up real quick because they're only available for like a month.
mhm.
Or when a set is retired. Like, you know what? We make fun of CJ for not assembling that Pac-Man set, but in 2 years when they stop selling that Pac-Man set, it's gonna skyrocket in value. So
I mean, I was still going to make
I
fun
have
of it
every
because
intention to put it together, though.
Yeah, I don't buy this stuff to
What's the
resell it. I buy it to
Well,
build
that's
it.
just
I only
it,
buy
right?
the ones I want to build. So
but when CJ is suddenly sitting on on $1,000 set of Lego back there
That's not going to be.
They
I
don't
will
ever
have
sell.
put it
with
I
enough
will
dust
put it together.
that we'll be
by
able
then.
to see it.
Yeah.
The
I will
layer
have
of
put it
dust on
together
camera.
then. No, that's not. No.
But it looks like that pirate set because nobody cares about pirates.
That's
Is
why
only
Mega
going
Bloks is
for-
going to make those Sea of Thieves sets. That'll be good.
You're only
Yeah.
going to get like, I'm being generous and saying $15,
Okay.
and you'll be paying for shipping.
So I won't even bother.
So
Gotcha.
don't even bother. Just, you know what?
Gotcha.
CJ, just bust it open,
Yeah. Yeah.
put it together. Lego is fun. Lego is fun to play with.
Yeah.
Just put it together.
Mhm.
You know,
Okay.
have a little fun with it.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never know.
Okay. Just saying.
Well,
Trying to help you out.
thank you, Phil. I do appreciate help.
That's why I'm here.
From one Lego master to a Lego rookie. Novice. Yeah.
Uh,
A level 70 Lego master to
hey, speaking of, look
level
what I got
1.
here.
Oh,
His little got Dr. Robotnik, Eggman,
Nice.
some call him, in his
Yeah.
little flying
that's pretty cool.
mech suit,
Hmm.
mech vehicle. I guess it's not really a suit.
Yeah.
Look at this; it's got legs. You can put it on there. So suddenly you got a little walking vehicle. Look at that.
There you go. Huh.
This is from the new Sonic the Hedgehog set,
Cool.
Very
neat.
nice.
which is a neat set. I'm just saying,
Neat.
it's neat. Anyway,
Well,
yeah.
should we talk about some video games?
I mean,
Actually,
tangentially, we were
I wanted
here.
to ask you this, Phil.
Oh.
Have you watched the new Futurama on Hulu? Any of that?
I watched the first episode. I
Yeah.
don't know how many are currently available. I know they're doing like one a week.
Yeah.
I think. I watched the
Is
first one.
Is it worth watching?
I mean, okay.
I mean, they've killed and brought back Futurama so many times
I
at
loved
this point.
Futurama. I love the initial run of Futurama.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
And then they canceled it. Yes.
Yes.
And then they did that series of 3 movies.
Mm-hmm.
And those 3 movies were not good.
There have been 3 Futurama movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They
had no
did
idea.
because I believe there were 3 seasons of the show.
I thought there were 4.
Maybe
This
there
is
were
amazing.
4. But then
Riveting.
they did 3 movies that were functionally the next season. Season 4, season 5, whichever one it is.
Mm-hmm.
So they did those movies and the movies were not good.
No.
And then there were 4 movies, says Scoop Jessica. I'm trying to forget them one by one. And then they brought it back again on Comedy Central
Yeah.
for like 2 or 3 more seasons.
Oh, really? I didn't realize it was that many seasons.
They did
Oh.
a couple new, I think. Those were terrible.
Okay.
Those were just flat out bad. There were,
Hmm.
in its defense, there were 2 or 3 very good episodes hidden inside there.
Gotcha.
But for the most part, it was bad.
Uh-huh.
And now they brought it back again on Hulu.
Yeah.
And I watched the first episode and it was not very good.
Oh. Well,
It was a lot of,
hmm.
you know, it was weird. It was just like, we're doing a parody of how we're back on Hulu
No, don't do that.
and we're on,
No.
I think they call it Fulu, maybe. We're going to be streaming on Fulu now and it's just like, that's not funny.
No,
I mean, I'm
didn't
glad
the
to
new
see-
Animaniacs do that too?
Probably. I didn't even bother with the new Animaniacs.
Yeah, I think they did.
I mean, I'm
Well,
glad.
Anyway,
I'm glad all the voice actors are getting paid.
yeah.
I'm glad the writers are getting paid, but
Yeah.
I don't have to watch it. I mean,
There you
maybe I'll
go.
watch it at some point, but
Let's take those original seasons and
yeah.
watch those instead.
I am almost finished. I think I only have 2 more episodes of Twisted Metal. I've been watching more of that.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
And
It's still good?
It's still good.
That's so great.
Okay.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy. I mean, because I had zero expectation. I think most of us did. Zero
absolutely.
expectations of it being good. So to hear that it's kind of fun is just like,
Yeah.
I'm not even like a big Twisted Metal fan at all.
Oh, no.
But,
No.
that and hearing that the Gran Turismo movie is kind of fun too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is that what they're saying?
I've heard
Yeah.
conflicting things about the Gran Turismo movie. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm gonna go see it. I wasn't going
Yeah.
to, but I'm hearing enough people say that they enjoyed it that we're gonna go see it.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
All I know is like 40% of the Gran Turismo trailers have been, you're going to take some kid out of their mommy's basement.
David Harbour's, I mean, I'm sure that's going to be still part of the experience. David Harbour telling me how worthless I am, but you know what?
They should put that in
Sure.
the new.
Bring it on,
They
David
should
Harbour.
make that a GT DLC where they have David Harbour just berate
Just
you.
They should have David
full race.
Harbour. It should be a car where it's just David Harbour sitting on a couch and just driving
with a
around.
megaphone, a pace
Yeah.
car with him in a megaphone.
You suck written across the back of it.
Get your hand out of that bag of Doritos
You
and
skinny gamer kid.
you're
That's how I know
strapped
he's not
to a
talking to me.
rocket going.
Yeah.
However fast race cars go. I have no idea. I was about to say,
Fast.
you're strapped to a rocket going 200?
I think he says 300 miles per hour in the trailer, which is a little insane. But
How fast do cars go in these races, Greg?
I mean, in those races, I'm not really sure. But I mean, like in NASCAR,
Yeah.
on a big, like 2.5 mile high banked oval, they can go at around 200 miles per hour.
Okay.
So
Okay. So my
those
random
sports cars, I don't
guess
think
was
they
actually
get
pretty
that
good.
high, but yeah, 200 is pretty safe.
Okay.
But I think he might say 300 miles per hour in the trailer. I need to go back and check that. If he's saying 300 kilometers an hour, that's pretty realistic. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever.
Okay.
We've spent way too much time talking about this.
Okay.
Just saying.
Then let's spend some
I mean, you're in
time
charge,
talking-
CJ, but just tighten it up. Come on.
To answer your question, CJ, I watched the first episode of Futurama and it was not very good.
Okay.
did
well,
not-
thank you.
It did not encourage me to watch the rest of it in a timely fashion.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That's too bad.
it is.
That's too bad.
I can't say I'm surprised, but it is a shame.
Yeah.
But again,
Well-
maybe, again, the Comedy Central run had like, a couple, 2, 3 very good episodes. So maybe we'll get
maybe
the same
there'll
out of
be
this.
A couple diamonds in
I believe they call them bangers these days.
maybe there'll be some bangers in the
You get some
Be a couple
bangers in the
episodes
rough.
that
match.
A couple episodes that are bussing.
Yeah,
What's that?
is that the new one?
It's something your children are probably saying and you're just not paying attention.
Oh boy.
It's how we know we're getting old.
Well, then let's get bussin', CJ.
There's a show on Netflix. I don't remember the name of it, but
Stranger Things.
no, it's some
Orange is the new Stranger Things.
stupid like trivia couples challenge thing.
Oh, okay.
And the trailer that's on it
Nailed
was,
it.
the trailer for it is a bunch of young beautiful couples in bathing suits on a beach,
Mhm.
and like the women are standing under 2 buckets, and they'll say like, "Is your
this
boyfriend
sexy double dare?"
I think it might be actually.
Sexy
Is your
double dare?
boyfriend hung up
Super
on,
sexy double dare.
hung up on a previous relationship, and then they choose yes or no, but it's not yes or no.
Mhm.
I think it's yes or cap.
Do they shoot this person?
What does cap mean, honey?
Cap is like not real.
It's a Canadian
Yeah,
term.
cap
It
is like
means
false.
Captain of the
Cap
Mountie
means
Brigade.
false.
False?
Yeah, true or false, but it's true or cap.
Oh.
So then they stand under whatever bucket they think the answer is, and they pull the string. And if the bucket's full of water, then they're wrong. They get doused
Oh.
with water. So it is double dare.
yeah.
So it's water, not slime or anything. I don't know if double.
So
dare
it's
has
like-
slime. But anyway, the thing that
Yeah.
caught me about it is like
Didn't
it's
know if double
true
dare
or
had
cap.
slime.
It's not true or false. It's true
Right.
or cap.
Okay.
And I've heard no cap. I heard my son say no cap before.
No
and
cap.
I had to have him explain it. Yeah,
Means you're not lying.
right. You're not
You're telling the
false.
truth.
No
I get it.
falsity.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Uh-huh.
But it was
yeah,
just
no
it caught
falsitude.
me. It caught me off guard when I saw that one of the buckets was called cap.
Yeah.
I feel old.
A bucket of cap.
Every day I feel old. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to add this to my list of modern slang for today's troubled teens.
Yeah, you got to know bussing.
Yeah.
You got to know
Okay.
cap.
Okay.
Mm.
Can I say that I'm straight bussing, or would that
No, not
get me kicked
bussing.
out of the juice bar?
You sound ridiculous. You're not bussing.
Oh,
You're
okay.
bussing.
Okay, bussing.
Yeah, bussin'.
Yeah.
I'm straight bussing
Does
with my
bussin' make you
Robitussin.
feel good?
Straight bussing with your Robitussin.
I'm somewhat of a rhyme smith.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were.
Like a
noticed
modern
that.
day Vanilla Ice.
Well,
Not even.
uh,
All right. Well, let's
Yeah.
talk about the video game news that happened last week. Why don't we
let's
do that?
no cap it.
You like
No
that?
cap.
No cap
Right.
in this hizzy.
Wow.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think that's a thing.
Yikes.
Not
All
for
right,
20 years.
Rockstar is trying to get jiggy with Red Dead Redemption.
Gather around, kids. We're
Uh,
gonna rap with you about something serious.
Wait, we got to turn our chairs back.
Yeah.
Our chairs and our hats.
And
Our
hats,
caps.
yeah.
Our chairs and our caps.
Oh,
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
no caps. No cap.
We aren't
no cap.
capping with you here, my friends.
No, Red Dead Redemption is coming to Switch and PS4 next week, which is this
No
week.
cap?
Oh, that's the good one.
Yeah, it's the good one, along
That's-
with the Undead Nightmare DLC.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be in one
Oh.
package.
That's
Uh-huh.
well loved.
And the price tag on this is $49.99.
More than I'm paying.
Yeah. So
But it is cool that they're bringing it back out.
it is cool. A lot of complaining about the price tag, but Red Dead Redemption has never been on a Nintendo platform.
Can I
So
ask, when are we going to
completely
stop complaining about the price tags? Like, how many more times have we been caught off guard by these price tags? Like,
Here's the thing, Greg.
I don't know.
When you're taking one of these old games, porting it to a new system,
Uh-huh.
you may not know much about game development, but I am an expert. And I know for a fact that all you got to do is load up a ROM on your PC,
Yeah. It's
And
that
you click
easy. Just
the-
press the port button.
I mean,
convert
we all
to Switch.
we all know lazy developers are the problem with the game industry right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
That's right.
Save as, and you click the
Save.
extension.
Oh, you just changed the extension.
Yeah,
from
and it
XBX to XBX1.
dot NSW,
Right.
That's right.
and then it. I mean, takes a couple minutes to do the conversion.
Well,
Say,
it
but
depends on if there's an
Yeah.
Intel inside. If you got an Intel inside, then it doesn't take that long.
Come on, these companies have Intel inside. You kidding? How much money they make? They have Intel inside.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, $49.99. A lot of people complaining because Red Dead Redemption on the 360, and you can get like a backwards compatible version of it for your Xbox One. That's been like on clearance forever. So
Oh,
why are you charging me $49.99 when I can just go to
Click
the end cap at Target and pick up the Xbox version
No,
for?
it's the phrase is no cap, CJ.
yeah.
Not end cap.
Sorry, take me to the no cap end
It's
cap.
the end cap, no cap.
And buy it for cheap. But it's the first time it's on a Nintendo platform, and it's also a port that company Double 11 worked hard on. It's not like
Why
That's
don't they
a
just call
free.
themselves
to you
22?
and me.
What's that?
Why don't they just call themselves 22?
Good question. I don't know. Maybe you should ask them that.
That'd be rude.
So you're gonna pick this up?
No, I'm not going to pick it up.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
Not because it's too expensive, but because I already have Red Dead Redemption on
We already
The-
beat that game.
Xbox 360 digitally, and I can play it on my Xbox Series X. So
That's true.
Bussing.
with a 4K upgrade. So
Oh, well.
yeah, this is on PS4 and Switch, so it's not a 4K. It's not any. It doesn't have any of the graphical bells and whistles that the Xbox version may have. But
Mhm.
but anyway, yeah. So it's coming out, and yeah, a lot of people complaining because of the price, $50. But it's never been on a Nintendo platform, and the last time it was available on PlayStation is PS3.
Stop
So-
justifying it. Stop justifying it.
I find this interesting though, as an example of we get this thing on video game podcasts a lot where people are like, well, just do this thing, like just put F-Zero X on Switch and that's all you have to do, or just put Red Dead Redemption on Switch, that's all you have to do, just put it on, just don't even. But then when it's $50, that's bad. It's like, yes, just put the thing on a new machine, but also have it cost like $5.
Honestly, I mean, if you're complaining about the price, go buy the cheap one you're talking about.
Go buy the
Play it
cheap
on your
one.
Xbox.
That is the
Exactly.
good news.
If not, yeah, that sucks. What are you gonna do? Wait
They
for it
aren't
to be
raising the
clearance.
price of the
What are you gonna
Xbox
do?
version.
It's gonna be discounted in like 6 months. It'll be discounted.
Oh yeah.
It's not a
Very
Nintendo
probably.
game, so chances are it will go down in price.
Yeah,
Black Friday's coming up.
exactly. It comes out physical edition in October. So we get
There you go.
digital this week, physical edition in October.
Ah,
Rockstar trying to pull a Metroid Prime remastered thing, but didn't get the goodwill. Anyway,
hmm.
I don't know if you've heard that we talked last week about Nintendo Switch Online. Where's my 1080 snowboarding? Well, it turns out Nintendo did update the N64 app on
With
Nintendo
1080?
Switch Online this week, but not with 1080 yet. It's
Boo.
Pokemon Stadium 2, and then the Game Boy NSO thing got the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy Color. So those two games are now out and available.
I had heard about that.
Woo.
I remember people being so excited about the first Pokemon Stadium because you finally got to see your Pokemon in 3D models.
That was a big thing back in the
It was a
back in the day,
big
yeah.
deal.
It was a big
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely. And
I don't
there's
care,
also the trading
but
card
yeah.
game.
I can't really talk about it.
The trading
Yeah.
card game
Still-
too. I remember being played at EGM a lot, but not the digital version, the actual trading card game.
That's right.
By
Being played by
our art team
Cyril
mostly.
Wojcik and Jim Cordano.
Jim Cordano. Yeah.
Who were the
They
other
played a
two
lot of it.
reviewers on the review crew version of the
That's
trading card
right.
game with
I
me.
forgot
right.
about that
It was
Because
me
they were
and Jim
because
and
they were
Cy.
familiar with it.
Yeah, they were familiar with the card game.
Yeah, they
They
were
were familiar with
hardcore
the
into
card
that
game.
game.
So you
And
were
I was
yeah,
hardcore into the Pokemon mainline games. So
you were familiar with the actual games and the franchise as a whole.
that's right.
And then they like actually played the card game.
Yeah, and that Defunct Games channel that you like a
Mhm.
lot, Greg. And
they reviewed the
I watched
reviews.
that too. Did a video on what the critics thought back in the day of these two games, and I was the low score on the Pokemon trading card game. I gave it a
I remember that.
4.5, and meanwhile, Cy and Jim gave it like 8s and 9s. Like it got really good reviews from them and bad from me. But I think that's part of that is because I'm just not a card game player, and I like
Right.
the adventuring and story of the mainline Pokemon games. So
Well, it's
it
no
was
Donkey
not
Kong
for me.
64.
And it's no
Mm.
Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it didn't
It's
have
more
enough.
Star Fox Adventure than Donkey Kong 64.
That's right. It just didn't have enough bananas of different colors for me to collect. So. But anyway, 1080 snowboarding. Let's keep our fingers crossed that that will show up at
Or
some
they could start putting Saturn games on there and we just get some steep slope sliders.
Oh,
or that would be fantastic.
Steep Slope
too.
Sliders was a great game.
Yes.
it was.
It really was.
Speaking of snow, I don't know if you watched the THQ Nordic showcase that they had.
Nope.
I had no idea that this thing was even going on, but apparently it was. And they announced
That's
a
good
new,
marketing.
I know, a new South Park video game. It's called Snow Day. This is primarily a multiplayer game, and instead of the graphic style that we've come to know in the last two RPGs, Stick of Truth and the Fractured Butthole,
Where it looks exactly like the show.
where it looks exactly like the show, they are going into a 3D style for
So like
this
the
one.
Where it looks like the N64
It
game.
looks like the N64 game. Yeah, it looks like you remember on EGM we did, I think, 4 different covers
One for each of the boys, right?
One for each of the boys, yeah. And the graphics on this look shockingly like those renders that we got for
I'm
those
pretty
covers.
sure that issue of EGM is the first issue I ever get anything published in the magazine.
Oh, is that
Really?
right?
Okay.
Because
Huh.
you guys used to run reader reviews way back
Yeah.
when, and I was one of the reader reviews in there. Not
What
because
is it?
not because I wanted to be. Honestly, it was 100% because John Riccardi wanted to hire me for Expert Gamer, and he said, "I just need you to submit a reader review so we can say that you've been in the pages of EGM." I was like, "All right." I think after you check that issue, I think almost all, if not all of them are ex-vid games or are vid games people.
I
Oh,
think
really?
that's
Have their
true.
reader
I think
reviews
that is true.
published in there.
Yeah, probably
A lot of
Che
nepotism.
is in there too.
So
Yeah.
reader reviews is just our friends,
Yeah,
our
pretty much.
friends who don't work here.
Yeah, reader reviews were more like resume generation.
Ah, yes.
Well, yeah, maybe. What was I going to say? Oh, what was the game you reviewed? Do you remember?
It might have been South Park. I don't remember.
Oh.
I've got the issue over there. No, it wouldn't be
Well,
South Park.
It would have been on the cover for a preview, not
Yeah,
the,
I'm gonna go find it.
game.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay,
right.
then. So anyway, this is a co-op adventure game
Hmm.
set during a snow day in South Park. So
Yes.
you can celebrate the most magical day in any young child's life, a snow day, reads the press release.
I was gonna say.
So yeah, this will be developed by Question Games. They have previously worked on titles like The Magic Circle and The Blackout Club. I'm familiar with The Blackout Club, but not
I
Magic
don't know
Circle.
either of those games.
Yeah, they're multiplayer games. They were very sort of cult.
Okay, oh, look, there it
hit.
is. He's got
Yeah.
the cover with
Stan
Kyle.
Kyle.
Kyle is
Is that
on there?
Kyle?
Yes.
Issue 114.
There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, the graphics look exactly like that, pretty much. And the teaser
Yeah, they kinda do.
trailer, mostly like a pre-rendered thing.
So you're just fighting a bunch of turkeys. 'Cause
I
that's what
hope
the N64 game was, if
not.
I remember correctly.
I hope not. Yeah,
You're just throwing snowballs at turkeys.
that's right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what that was. But
Oh.
I reviewed
what was the game?
Xenogears.
What was it?
Xenogears.
It's right at the bottom there. Xenogears.
Xenogears. Well, we can't see that.
We can't
Greg.
read that. We're just seeing a
Greg,
getting
don't
it close
even
is not going to
bother.
help.
Yeah.
It says this is return to the Squaresoft we grew to love on the Super Nintendo. Using a combination of polygonal locales and hand-drawn characters, Xenogears has achieved a look all its own, with none of the confusion that used to arise when navigating through Final Fantasy VII. The best part of Xenogears, though, is the fact that it explores issues previously taboo in Squaresoft titles, particularly what happens when two religious sects clash. I only hope the overwhelming hype surrounding Metal Gear Solid won't hurt Xenogears' chance of success. And then they hired me.
Yeah.
Some of the other names here, by the way,
Yeah.
Oh no.
contributors: Christian Nutt,
Okay.
who went on to
Okay.
be One Up and other things.
Yeah.
Andrew Pfister currently works
Oh.
at Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another
Both
one
of
from
them
Christian.
work at Nintendo.
That's right. Oh, does Christian work there too?
I'm pretty sure.
I lost track of Christian. Another one
Yeah.
from Christian Nutt. Marty Chin was also a
Oh.
Vid Games guy.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Zach Iniguez was also a Vid Games guy.
So
he
these are
was-
all these
Yeah.
are not readers. These are
No.
vid games
And-
people.
I mean,
And
technically, they
you were right.
read EGM.
You were right, Che Chow.
Wait, and Che's on there too?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness,
because this was, I think, just before he was hired at EGM.
that is hilarious.
I assume, yeah.
Reader reviews, just absolutely
so
just
funny.
our friends.
Yep.
Yes.
How many actual readers were sending in reviews hoping
You know
to
what the
get?
best part is? I didn't read EGM at this point.
Oh really?
No.
Wow.
Read that crap.
Wow. Shocking
Ah,
revelation.
that's hilarious.
Yeah. All right. So, also as part of the THQ Nordic showcase, they put out a new teaser for the TMNT The Last Ronin,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
which I
That's
believe
right.
they had announced before, right?
They
This
did.
isn't like a new thing. We talked about this before, but this trailer is almost like a reveal trailer. Like it's not.
I think all we may have seen like a piece of concept art and just we are making this,
Yeah.
So,
This is a
Well,
video
this
game.
was a pre-rendered teaser
oh
trailer.
yeah, it shows
This is
nothing.
not gameplay or
Right.
anything of candles blowing out.
Yes.
Four candles, and 3 of them
Are they different colors?
are extinguished.
No.
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
that's
I
very
believe
symbolic.
it's in black and white.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they could be different colors. We just don't know.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
If we were dogs, we would know. Because
we?
dogs see black
Pretty
and
sure
white
that's not
as
how that
color.
works. No, I'm pretty sure that's
Pretty
not how
sure.
that works.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
So that's why dogs prefer
It is.
Game Boy.
I gotta go check my science
Precisely.
magazine, but I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
I used to have a dog, so I know this stuff.
I see. And then the last thing I want to talk about from this THQ Nordic showcase is the game Recreation, which is a new game from Three Fields Entertainment, which you
Is
may...
it spelled WRECK?
Oh, I hope so.
Yes.
Wait, is it actually?
Yes, it is actually, yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You may
Okay.
remember Three Fields Entertainment from their sort of building like Burnout, like a Burnout revival, like piece by piece. Each game that came out, like their first one was Dangerous Golf. That was basically
did they
like
do Dangerous
crash
Driving?
mode. It was
Okay.
the crash mode of Burnout, but golf instead.
Okay.
Okay.
And then they made that game. I don't even remember what it was called. It was Burnout.
Pain?
And remember, it didn't have any licensed music. It didn't
I
have
thought
any
it was
music at all.
dangerous. I think it was called Dangerous Driving.
Dangerous Driving. That's right.
Yeah.
Dangerous
Okay.
Driving.
You know why I know that? Because I just happened to be sifting through my Spotify playlists today,
Uh-huh.
or sorry, last night while we were playing board games. I just wanted to put on like some sort of light music, and as I scrolled past, I realized I was still subscribed to that Dangerous Driving playlist. Because yeah, what CJ was about to say was that the soundtrack was a Spotify playlist.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
it was
weird.
an interesting idea.
Spotify
this like
playlist. Yeah.
Just so they could have licensed music without paying for it?
I don't
I
think,
think
so.
they told you to. I think it was licensed, but there was
Was it?
something about it where they told you to play it off Spotify or something.
Yeah.
I forget
Huh.
exactly what it was. All I know is that you had to go to the Spotify playlist
That's weird.
Yeah.
So you had to
Well-
subscribe to Spotify?
because I think you could play
I
your
don't think you
own
have to, no.
Spotify
Okay.
music instead.
Oh,
But this was like the official soundtrack, but it was on Spotify.
okay.
I mean, if you
Yeah,
played
you
it
could
without
play-
if you played it without a subscription, you just get ads too. But
Yeah, you get
still
ads.
works.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so this is an open world racing game where you can create tracks.
Mhm.
It looks like cooperatively too,
Hmm.
at least in the trailer, and very much like Burnout's crash mode. They showed in the trailer like a bit where somebody is placing a lot of things for you to crash into.
So they went from Burnout's crash mode to when Burnout was good, and now they're going to the Burnout Paradise years when Burnout was bad.
And now they're going, yeah, they're open world,
Man.
make your own tracks kind of thing. Yeah. So I don't
Remember
know.
when
It could be
Burnout was-
interesting.
It was good.
Yeah, right before Burnout Paradise, it was great.
That was so good.
It was so good.
Oh,
Burnout, still the reason this podcast exists.
Correct. Yeah.
man.
Was that Revenge or
I don't
Which
remember
one?
the order of them. Was
which one was
Revenge
it that we were playing on 360?
It was one of the final one. It was the final one before Paradise.
Was 3 Takedown?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was one of those two.
Okay.
It was the EA years. They were one of the EA
EA.
games.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But this is the same team that worked on those old games.
Oh.
Now called Three Fields Entertainment. And that is it for news. So let us go into what we have been playing. And Phil,
Yes.
could you please kick us off?
Well, I you know what? This past week I was gifted a video game very generously from a listener, hacker alias dyslexic Alucard
Mm.
sent me a Steam code for Arcade Paradise,
Nice.
Oh,
which is one which I know Greg has played.
Oh yeah.
Did you
I
play
love
this,
that game.
CJ?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've
And
been
it's
wanting to
on,
play this.
It's on one of the services.
Like on like Game Pass or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got it. I got it for Steam now, so I've been playing it a bit,
Mhm,
and I'm not super far into it yet. This, of course, for those who don't know or don't remember, this is the game where you start off you're running your father's laundromat.
Laundromat.
Yes, which has a couple of old arcade machines. You discover hidden in the back room, and so you decide, oh, let's turn those on and let people play them while they launder. And then
Closed.
as the game progresses, you start to slowly convert the
Yeah.
laundromat into an arcade.
Very
Yeah.
light arcade management sim.
Yes. Yes. And it's got kind of a cute little narrative where it's like your dad's kind of finger wagging you, don't you mess with my arcade business. And you're like, no, I'm gonna mess with the arcade business. Or the laundromat, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I'm in the early stages where I'm still running around actually doing laundry and picking up trash, trying to earn the money to have contractors come in and kind of renovate the space so that I can start making it look nicer and filling it out. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's seems like a cute little game.
I loved that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm having fun with it. Like and like did you finish it? You too?
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
did not. No.
I couldn't
Okay.
put it down. Like it was very much I didn't stop playing it until it was done, basically.
It does kind of have that, like, I mean, there are certainly stopping points when you'll reach like the end of the business day or something, and it's
Yeah.
very much kind of like, now's the time to take a break. It's
Yeah.
late at night. Turn everything off and go home. But it does kind of it kind of pushes you to sort of keep playing. So I did find myself.
Yeah, because the business days are quite short.
Yes.
So you'll find for a while there that you actually don't have time to do everything you want to do. But then when you kind of just accept that,
Yeah.
and realize sort of what you can set realistic goals for what you want to accomplish in a day, it just becomes, you can play it in little bite-sized chunks, and it's really nice.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can, of course, you can actually play all the arcade machines.
Mm-hmm. And
if
you
want
should.
to. Yeah.
Because they'll make more revenue. The more you play it, the more revenue those machines will generate.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's you can get like high scores and that. Later on, you haven't gotten there yet probably, but later on you'll unlock sort of daily challenges.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of those will be to set like a high score on a machine. But yeah, like if there's a machine or two that you play in particular a lot, you'll find that those are actually generating more cash.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
there is a reason to do it.
Yeah, I guess customers will see people playing, and
Pretty much.
you'll just drum up interest in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a very cute little game. So
Yeah.
thank you very much, Dyslexic Alucard. And I'm having some fun with it. So
Cool.
and yeah, and like you said, I guess it's not like Game Pass or PlayStation.
I believe it is Game Pass. Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of
That
my
would
top
make
5
sense.
games last year. There's a video. Actually, I have a video on my YouTube channel if anyone's interested in looking at it, where I talked about it.
Oh, nice. So go check out Greg's YouTube.
I'll have
I
to
also
put
picked
that
up
in the show notes.
and then I bought a Steam game this week as well.
What?
Yes, I did. I picked up the hot new game released just this week. It's Dangeresque, the Rumisode Triungulate.
I thought you were going to say Baldur's Gate 3.
No. This one is far more interesting than Baldur's Gate 3.
I know, a lot of
Dangeresque.
people are
What do you
going
mean?
crazy with Baldur's
Metacritic?
Gate.
Metacritic now, Baldur's Gate is the highest rated game of
Yeah.
the year above Tears of the Kingdom.
People are
Right,
going
right.
Crazy about that game.
But
Yeah.
it's just, that's because those people haven't played Dangeresque,
Okay.
the Rumisode Triungulate. A hot new
I
game
feel the same
from
way about Exoprimal.
Vidalectrix.
Yeah.
That's a lot of words that aren't words.
Well, you know what this is? This is a strong bad video game.
All right.
Remember
Now I understand.
remember the old Homestar Runner
Yep.
strong bad website of flash animated cartoons? They did a video game. This actually is an enhanced port of a game that used to be on on the old Homestar Runner website. There was a little Flash game, and you know what? It's a graphic adventure. It's like a LucasArts style, point and click graphic adventure game. And it's very small. It's very short. It was like $7 or $8. You can plow through it in like 2 hours if you just sit down and do it. And that's even like if you kind of go through like all the little dialogue bits just to hear all the jokes and everything. So you can plow through it very quickly. It's not super difficult, but it is really, really funny, and it's got that strong bad style humor, which I still really get a kick out of. And I was delighted to have this this updated new game. And yeah, it's like I said, it's very short. There are 3 little cases you have to solve, and they all take place pretty much on just one screen. So you're just playing it for the jokes. And for the $8 or whatever, more than happy to do so. I was delighted with it. So
nice.
Yeah. So if you are a fan of the old Homestar Runner, Strong Bad cartoons, absolutely check out Dangeresque, Irumisode, Triungulate on Steam. But that's been it for me, really. Yeah.
I see. Well, I've been playing some video games. Most importantly, I got to Battle Pass level 100 in Fortnite.
Oh.
And got my Optimus Prime.
About time.
So
congratulations.
the season of Fortnite is going to end in like a week and a half or 2 weeks. So
oh, really?
I was running out of time, so I was like, I better play some Fortnite. And I was able to unlock Optimus Prime, so that's cool. And one of the crossovers right now is an anime that I have no I don't even know what this show is.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I
so
have
My
heard of
Hero
it.
Academia was one of the big anime crossovers
Right.
of the last year in Fortnite. And then this one is like a lot of people very excited about this one. I have no idea what this one is.
What is the name of it?
I don't know.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen. There you go.
Yeah. Which I've heard. I was chatting at work about how my kid is super into Attack on Titan right now.
Yeah.
Finn has been.
Did they do an Attack on Titan Fortnite crossover?
They did one a while ago.
Yeah, I thought they did. Yeah.
Yeah, they did do one.
What they need to do is a Yurusei Yatsura and Rumiko Takahashi.
Don't do that.
That's not going to happen.
No, it's definitely not going to. It's definitely
Imagine
not going to happen.
Though you jump into the water and turn from male Ron to female Ron. That'd be so cool. Anyway, they could do that in Fortnite. They have skins that transform. They do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was talking at work about how my kid is so into Attack on Titan, and then someone recommended, you might want to check out Jujutsu Kaisen.
I see.
Because it is maybe not necessarily like a similar show, but another shonen type anime series.
Yeah.
That is popular at the moment.
I see.
So
yes. Well, speaking of anime, I think I've mentioned that I'm playing through Ace Attorney with my daughter.
Yes.
And we're almost through the first game. We're still at the end of the first game. But I haven't been watching the anime. I watched the first episode of the anime, and then my daughter binged the rest.
Oh, geez.
And she was like, I need the second part of season 1, because it's an anime series on iTunes, so it's divided into multiple seasons or whatever. And then season 2 is not available on iTunes. It's only available through Crunchyroll and Funimation subscriptions. And I was like, nope.
Oh.
Like we're not doing that. We're not entering that realm just so you can watch the Ace
Can't you get like a
anime.
Can't you get like a couple week trial on Crunchyroll with like Xbox?
Oh, you're
your
right.
Xbox
Yeah, we
subscription or
probably
something?
could.
Uh-oh.
The problem with that is that she's going to want to watch it over and over and over and over and over again.
Ah,
And yeah, you're right though. I probably could get a free trial through something of that
yeah.
nature, and maybe I will, so that you can watch season 2. And then we watched the trailer for the live action movie because, of course, they made one in Japan, and it looks ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they tried to do the hairstyles in Phoenix, right? It's just absolutely ridiculous. But
Ugh.
anyway, and I'm not even sure if it's that good a movie, but we only watched the trailer, which was on iTunes, was like 3 different scenes, 3 very disparate scenes in
Yeah.
a 2-minute clip. I've also been playing a bunch of Exoprimal still. I'm
Mhm.
having a lot of fun with that game. Phil, did you try that yet?
Not yet.
Exoprimal?
I've been too busy playing Dangeresque, the Rumisode Triungulate.
Well, you said that was short, so now that you're done with that, you can hop right into Exoprimal.
Well, I'd have to play through it multiple times to unlock all the Steam achievements.
I do know how much you care about Steam achievements. You really
Immensely.
Yeah.
Hey, CJ,
Yeah.
let me run this by you.
Run
If
it
you
by
go
me.
to rightstuffanime.com,
Oh, I've heard of Right Stuff. Yeah.
Ace Attorney Season 1 Blu-ray, Ace Attorney Season 2 Blu-ray, both available for purchase.
Yeah.
There is also
We don't have anything that, I mean, the things that play Blu-rays are in my office room. We don't we don't have like a Blu-ray player in the living room.
well, I'm sure you could fix that.
I guess I
How much are
could.
Blu-ray players these days?
I don't want a
Blu-ray-
Blu-ray player.
Blu-ray
I don't want to buy
player.
a Blu-ray player. Phil, don't you realize I am going away from physical media? I don't
Well, I'm
want
just saying, your kid wants to watch anime.
to collect more physical media.
Buy your kid a $60. Does she have a TV in her room?
No.
Okay, well, get her a TV. You probably got a spare
No,
TV
what-
kicking around.
This is becoming very expensive, Phil.
You know what?
Get her a TV.
TV. You know how cheap to get her a small TV? You could probably.
That brings with it a whole host of other, like,
I bet if you're not looking at high-end stuff,
yeah,
you could
Not gonna
probably for
get her a
$100
TV for her room.
get
No.
your kid a solid TV, a decent Blu-ray player, so she can watch her Japanese anime. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to otaku no video this kid. Okay?
What is it? And there was like a suggested other title while we were browsing the Ace Attorney section, and
I don't know.
brought it up, and it might have been Attack on Titan or
Attack on. Hey, you know
something
what?
else.
I'm
And
gonna say
I
this.
put it on, and she was like, "Ugh, I don't like this
I'm enjoying Attack on Titan.
anime."
Finn is obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, this ain't that bad. This is a pretty good
Yeah.
show. No
Well,
cap.
Of course. Yeah. 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 Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, well, anyway,
Yeah.
I've been playing more Exoprimal. It's good.
Oh, good.
Been playing. I went back and started playing some more Rock Band 4.
Well, that's weird.
I go
Okay.
back to Rock Band every so often just because it's like, I don't know, it's like comfort food in video game form. It's
Oh, I
just
get
nice
it.
to play. But
I recently purchased another copy of Dead Cells, but go ahead. I get
it. You know what I'm saying then, right?
I do.
Yeah. And I have a Rock Band guitar for the
Right.
Xbox video computer entertainment system. But Rock Band, it's a pretty old game at this point. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the guitar that I have is also pretty old.
Uh-oh.
Probably
Which,
from like,
which
the
one's
Rock
creaking
Band
more,
3.
the guitar or you?
Oh, well, me.
Okay.
But I as I was thinking about it, I was like, I wish plastic instrument games would come back, if not only because I would like to have an extra Xbox
Because
guitar.
you're tired of your games only costing $100.
In case, yeah, exactly. In case it breaks and I can't play Rock Band anymore.
This game
I'd
is
be very
good, but I
upset.
really wish I could be paying $170 for it.
And I had a bunch of plastic crap that I have nowhere to put.
Oh, I love.
I'm moving away from physical media, but give me loads of gigantic controllers
exactly
that are
I
good
had to
for
get
one
rid-
game.
I had to ditch the Blu-ray collection to amass a collection of plastic guitars. This is true. Yes.
I need my drum kit. I need my DJ boards.
I miss those music games too, though. I have to admit.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah, they were
loved-
fun.
I loved playing those games.
Absolutely.
Not as much
I
as CJ did, but I loved playing those
Harmonix
games.
still putting out DLC for Rock Band every single week,
That's
and
wild.
it there's some really good stuff on there.
Don't they have all the songs yet?
What?
Yeah, all the songs.
Yeah.
They don't
gotta
have
have
any
close to
Taylor
all the
Swift.
songs.
That's a big gap.
No
in their,
T Swift.
no T Swift.
What?
No Cap.
Tay no way? That's the Rock
How do
Band
they
motto?
call
That's-
themselves Rock Band?
But that's because Activision had licensed her songs for Band Hero
Oh my goodness.
back when that was a thing.
Ugh.
And who knows how long that contract went for, but it outlasted the plastic instrument craze by many a year. And so far, no T Swift.
You could have been getting down to that sick beat.
I know. I'm waiting.
But
to
now
push
you're
it.
not.
Well, but so Epic Games purchased Harmonix a while
Oh.
back.
Okay.
And
Or
maybe
Harmonix.
that's just to make games for Fortnite, or maybe
Mm.
they will see it in their hearts, but probably not to reinvigorate the plastic instrument genre. Please and thank you, because I know people who work at Epic listen to the show, so they're gonna
Right.
Yeah,
just do that.
I'm sure they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. But anyway, Rock Band 4, still amazing. Great song list. I have like 700 songs.
Wow.
That game. So lots of fun. Like I went back and made like a playlist, because you can make playlists of songs that you like in Rock Band.
I would
4.
hope so with this many songs available.
I know. Anyway, my favorites list is like, if I were to play the entire set list, it would take like 4.5 hours to play the whole list. But anyway,
How long would it take to play every one of those songs?
every one of the 700 songs that I
Yes.
just have in
Yes.
the game.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't looked a long time.
There's a
time.
Twitch stream. You want to do a charity Twitch stream?
Yeah,
Oh, I would be
Oh,
out
baby.
after like the
course.
second hour.
you'd be.
We will-
Yeah, of course,
My hands would be like
they'd mute it
claws.
inside of 5 seconds.
We'll get you a catheter. We'll get you.
Ugh.
How's that
Huh.
any different from right now?
Tell me more. Tell me more.
When CJ starts the show, he's committed.
That's right.
Doesn't matter what happens. over the
I'm
next
not
2 hours,
leaving this
CJ's in that chair. Yeah.
Ugh.
And then I also played a game on the Switch called Patrick's Parabox. This is a puzzle game. an
Starring
indie-
SpongeBob's best friend.
No.
I thought it was
Oh.
Patrick Klepek.
It is
Starring
an
Patrick
indie-
Klepek.
No.
Oh,
It's not. No. Made by a
Patrick
different,
Warburton.
The
Patrick Ewing?
person who created it is
St. Patrick of Ireland fame.
Patrick O'Shaughnessy. Anyway, Patrick's Parabox.
Okay.
That was almost as good as Phil's French accent.
Now we are
Ah.
talking.
It is a puzzle game where you push boxes around, but it's sort of a recursive puzzle game, which
Is it
means
Sokoban?
boxes- Kind of. kind
Okay.
of. The boxes that you're pushing around sometimes also are the levels themselves that you're in, and you can push a
Oh.
box inside it or like leave
I think this was a Futurama episode.
level. It's a very Inception kind of puzzle game.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, you have to basically position blocks around little goals. So you have to, it sort of marks where, okay, I need a pushable block here. And then my avatar, who's also a box, a nice block, has to then position, I have to position myself here for the level to complete. And it uses this sort of mechanic of pushing a block into another block that is itself the puzzle that you're in. And I know that sounds very confusing, but
Jesus Christ, I wish I had not taken that edible before the show.
It oddly works real well. I don't know. And the levels, there's like 350 stages in this game. And each one like builds on what you just did in the last puzzle. So it's like constantly adding new little twists to the gameplay. And it's really fun so far. I had played a demo during the Steam Next Fest. I think the demo might still be on Steam. Oh, and there's a demo on Switch too.
Oh,
free demo. So you can download that and try it out. And I would definitely recommend it because it is a fun little puzzle game. Very, if you like Sokoban sorts of block
Which,
pushing
by the way,
puzzles.
for anyone who doesn't know, you probably know Sokoban as Boxel.
yes.
Boxel, yeah, or like box
Or
pushing.
Shove It, the warehouse game.
The warehouse
Shove
game,
It.
yeah.
Yeah. You might enjoy this game if you like any of those other games. And it's got like a nice graphical style to it, runs real well on the Switch, and looks great on the OLED.
And this is called Pat Riley's Puzzles.
Pat Riley's Puzzle Box, yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick's Parabox is the name of the game.
This is called Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby Paradox.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's the one.
Okay.
But yeah, interesting little game.
Okay.
And that is all I've been playing this week. So, Greg, how many hours do you have in Tears of the Kingdom now?
About 150.
Oh my goodness.
Still
playing
only
last
150? Like,
I didn't.
I see
I was so busy the last week that I didn't play very much of it. I've only played a couple over the last couple of days. So,
okay.
but my my side quest list. There's two different lists, and I always forget which ones are which. But like my shrine quest list is now empty.
Oh,
Great. And I think there's still about 25 shrines I need to find. Right? I found all but those at this point, and I can't imagine where the rest of them are, but I'm sure I'll find them. And my side quest list is down to like 3, and one of them is like to fill out the bestiary or whatever it's called, which I'm not interested in doing. Finding all the wells is one of them, which I'm not interested in doing. And then there's just like 2 more small ones that I think have to do with dragons. And then I'm pretty much going into the I still have 2 labyrinths to do. I haven't done those yet, which means there are 2 more shrines right there because there's always a shrine in the labyrinth. And then I'm going to go into the depths. So
don't you wish that in games like this that have the sort of expanding side quests list that you could just choose ones that the game should just hide from you, that you're not going to do, aren't interested in advancing?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. I'm glad they're there. One thing that I will say that I kind of wish, because I've been spending a lot of time on the Sky Islands, and the Hero's Path. So there's an option that you can unlock pretty early on, I think, called Hero's Path, which will literally overlay the last, I don't know, what is it, like 200 hours or something like that. But it's your path. It's your path through the game. It's everywhere you've been. It's just a line that overlays the map. But one thing that it doesn't do is discern between the surface and the Sky Islands. So I actually find it pretty difficult to know which islands I've been to. I think I've covered almost all of them. Last night, I actually had a situation where there are a bunch of sort of big round islands up there in the sky. And those are usually, I guess you'd call them boss fights. Most of them are those are constructs, which are big. They actually look like bosses from Gunstar Heroes. They're big
Yes.
blocks, big robots built of blocks that you generally fight by disassembling them. And there's one block in particular that you can attack and kill them. They're pretty easy fights, but they're just sort of wandering around these big circular islands. So when you see one in the distance, you kind of know, like, if I go over there, normally there's like a shrine stone that you uncover, or some other key item. There's nothing that you need to get through the game, but it's always a good reward. So anyway, there's one in the the southwestern corner of the map that's quite a ways away from everything else. So, you kind of have to work to get there. So last night, while I was sort of cleaning up a lot of other things up in the Sky Islands, it's like, well, I got to go over there and see what's there. I figured it's another construct. So, I want to fight that and get whatever goodie it has. So as I'm floating towards the island, I see a Gleeok, which are the big 3-headed dragons, flying around. I'm like, oh no, like those things are hard to fight, even when you're, pretty decently bulked up with like good defense.
You fought a
good
Gleeok
offense.
before? Have you?
I fought a few of them, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because beating the one that's on the Hyrule Bridge or whatever it's called, like that's part of a quest. Actually, and then there's one up in the snow, up in the north. That's part of a quest too, to get like the golden horse, which is Zelda's horse. Anyway, so it's like, well, I went through all this to get this island, so I should go fight this thing. When you get there and the name comes up, it's actually a King Gleeok. So it's extra tough, and its 3 heads are 3 different elements. So like normally the Gleeoks you fight are like, they have an elemental affinity, like they're either ice or electricity or fire. So you can just, but these 3 heads are actually, one's electric, one's fire, and one's ice. So it made for an interesting battle. I did beat it. I just barely beat it, but I did do it. So been doing a lot of cleanup in general. I think I've got most of the Sky Islands sort of explored at this point. I got all the tablets that are up there in the sky now. That's all done. So yeah, I don't feel like the end is in sight because I'm not ready to go finish the game yet. I really want to go through the depths, but being able to build, I have so many items now that I can build, like flying machines and stuff like that, that when I'm down there, I'm probably just going to, build a bunch of them and just fly around to the different routes, light routes, and different treasure map X's and things like that, and just clean that up fast. And then I have another story quest to keep going. So yeah, your best friend Mike, by the way, collected 1,000 Korok seeds because he's weird.
What?
He showed me a picture of his map, and it's literally just a layer of Korok seed icons.
Oof.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's too many Korok seeds.
It is too many Korok seeds,
especially because there's probably no
reason
to do it.
There's no reason to get them all.
Yeah.
Outside
in the first game, there was, I think you may have gotten like a congratulations message, but no.
Whatever the reward is for it, I will watch on YouTube.
Oh, he says he only got 700.
Okay, there you go. That's still too many. So yeah, playing a lot of that, and also just wanted to call out Gran Turismo 7. Only because our current season, the Player One podcast season, just ended. I wanted to congratulate Hacker Alias Mook201, who's been around and been racing in our series since before Gran Turismo Sport, and he's always been one of our fastest drivers, and but he hadn't gotten a championship before, but he did it this season. He was super consistent. He actually didn't win a race this season, but he was just so consistent that he ended up winning the championship anyway. So just wanted to congratulate him on the show too. So
Very
it was
nice.
Great season, good racing, and looking forward to the next one.
Congratulations.
We might have some spots open. So if you are a Gran Turismo 7 driver who's looking for a series, we'll probably be starting back up again in September. Please reach out if you're willing
Greg,
to do a series. Yes.
You're going to take some scrawny gamer kid sitting there listening to a podcast, and you're going to have him race.
Don't forget in his mom's basement.
in his mom's
Oh,
There you
basement
go.
with his Cheeto encrusted fingers,
Yep.
and you're gonna strap him into a rocket ship of a car going 6,000 miles per hour
Virtually.
down a straightaway.
Mm-hmm.
All bets are off.
Yeah. If you join our league, you get a free dressing down by David Harbour.
Is he?
You know, David
is he on
Harbour's in the
cameo
new,
or something? Can we?
he's in the new Alone in the Dark game, or the reimagining of Alone.
Oh,
in the Dark.
really?
They're remaking Alone in the Dark.
They are. That was also part of the THQ Nordic.
I didn't realize
showcase
this.
that nobody watched. David Harbour is in that.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all I was really playing this week.
Ah,
I see.
very
I
nice.
see. Well,
Yeah.
I guess that means it's time for posts.
I'm still just doing the Twitter song. I'm sorry.
We need a better intro for this.
Tweet-a-dee-dee-dee.
That's true.
A tweet-a-dee-dee-dee. Tweet. Tweet. A tweet. Tweet.
X.
Do you think people are actually going to leave X to go to Threads or Blue Sky?
I think people
Like,
have. I
see a lot of people.
I don't think a big enough group of them will.
Yeah, I see some people who have gone to Threads. I see others who have gone to Blue Sky, and
When
some
I
people
pop
who are
into
still posting on Twitter, but then reposting their stuff
That's what
elsewhere.
when I pop onto Twitter, my feed is relatively empty based on what it used to be. Yes.
I've noticed that the blue check mark thing has definitely changed the game over there. And I'm not saying that everyone who has a blue check mark is reprehensible, but a lot of them are. And so a lot of the threads are a mess because anyone who wants to say something really nasty, that floats right to the top because they're paying for that blue check mark. And that to me is the biggest issue over there right now. I'm still there. The thing is that not that it doesn't happen elsewhere, but I only see it mostly on like political posts. So if you just, I don't really follow a lot of political posts on Twitter at this point. So I find within my circle, I don't see it a lot, which is great. So I'm still okay using it. Right.
Yeah.
But,
on
have
Twitter, I mainly use lists as my way to browse Twitter. I don't look at the raw timeline anymore. It's been that way for quite a while.
Right.
And ever since they put the kibosh on Twitter clients, where I could browse my feed the way I wanted to.
That's the other thing, because I use a client as well, and so half the time Twitter just tells me, "Oh, you're out of posts today." I'm like, all right,
yeah, you're out of posts.
I'll move on.
Yeah, but actually they don't do that on lists. So for whatever reason, I'm never limited. I never run into that on just browsing lists, and I have like a video games centric list and a like close friends list, and so I can still see the majority of the people's posts who I want to see. I get to see, and then I can still check out Wario 64. Like, I really don't like any politics on my social media. And unless a new social media site is going to have a way for me to easily avoid that, then I'm just probably not going to use it very much. So, yeah.
I just got that the browser extension that automatically blocks anyone with the check mark. So
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Blue blocker, I believe.
Oh, I'll have to do that.
Yes. And it'll
I had a blue check mark for a little while.
Yeah, I know you're
researching something for work.
Right. Well, I believe I got it after. I mean, you can set it up to like,
certain people.
Yeah.
Get through. Okay, good.
But
not that I have a blue check right now. And
right. I believe I got it after your dalliance with that.
I was testing it out.
Yeah.
And we use the blue check for the Humanity account because you can post more than 200.
Oh, hell, if you're a brand, I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Being
able to post over 280 characters and videos that are longer than a minute and 20 is real nice. Turns out
Yep.
it's worth the $10 a month or whatever. Even though I don't think I think we're supposed to be paying for brand verified status, which is a
It's a good
lot
thing
more
you're outing
expensive.
your whole company here right now.
Yeah, which we won't be doing. I'll cut this part of the podcast out. Nobody will hear
okay.
it. All right, let's do some posts. Let's do this one from hacker alias randomly Rossi, who says, aside from the obvious backwards compatibility, better eShop, etc., what would you like to see from a Switch 2? And realistically, what do you think we'll actually get?
Mario Kart 9. I don't care about the specs or anything else of the system. Give me Mario Kart 9.
Give me Mario Kart 9.
Uh,
Yeah, I think I posted this over on Mastodon. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts in the last week that go on about what the Switch 2 should be or will be or whatever, and it's almost always like performance based, better specs,
Yeah,
etc.
absolutely.
Because that, as video gamers, that's what we sort of
Yeah.
know or whatever. Historically, though, Nintendo has never really, like, not since the early 2000s have they really run a spec based race.
You know what,
Instead,
though?
they try to differentiate in other ways. And when they upgrade a system, it's almost never, well, it's never the best performance that they could possibly get at that point in time, right? It's always somewhat outdated. Even the
Yeah.
Switch was outdated when it came out in part. And the processor in the original Switch was underclocked, I think, so that battery life would be better. But what were you going to say?
But
Greg?
I think that it's important to differentiate when people say that they want better specs.
Yeah.
Not that you're saying, well, at least I wouldn't be saying, I don't want them to get into an arms race with Sony and Microsoft,
No.
because quite smartly they stopped doing that years ago.
Yeah.
And it's generally led to a lot of success.
Yeah.
But I'd still be excited to have. I assume they're going to stay portable. I feel like that's going to still be a thing. I'm excited to have that portability with higher specs than what the Switch is, like to the point that it's
Yes.
noticeable,
Hmm.
performance wise and graphics wise. But other than that, I mean, I speculating on Nintendo's next console is so hard because they've taken such big swings so
Yeah.
many times in the last 25 years that were not completely unexpected at the moment it happened, but leading up to it were unexpected, right? I mean,
Mhm.
starting with the Wii and then the Wii U and the Switch, like I don't
Yeah.
think 25 years ago you could have predicted any of those things.
No,
So,
certainly not.
and the
Well,
DS,
and
same thing.
whereas Microsoft and Sony are both technology companies, Nintendo is kind of technology adjacent. Their foundation is mostly toys and entertainment, like games. It's not technology.
Right. So I mean, I just want to see higher specs than what we have with the Switch, like a significant jump. But yeah, not like PlayStation 5 Series X or anything like that.
No, it doesn't need to be, because a game like Tears of the Kingdom can still look great on the current Switch, and even if we get a slight upgrade, it's still gonna look good. And Pikmin 4 again is one of the best looking Switch games, and that's on that original Switch hardware, which is quite old at this point. Like, I don't think the specs arms race is it wouldn't do Nintendo any favors at all. But I do kind of expect there to be at least one gimmick to a new Switch, maybe that we don't know about, or maybe it's
I
something
believe
they've
so.
upgraded,
Yeah.
like the IR camera that's on the right Joy-Con that wasn't really used for much of anything except for 1-2 switch. I could see something similar to that making its way into Switch 2, where it's like they add something that seems ridiculous, but in Nintendo oddly like makes it make sense, and
right.
Maybe it's
and that's
added
what
to
I
a couple
mean.
games.
That's what I mean by saying speculation for Nintendo's next platform is really tough, because it's that sort of thing that I expect they'll try, and I don't even have the first
Yeah.
idea what to guess at, right?
Camera.
No.
Camera, front-mounted camera. Bring back Mario Chase from Nintendo Land, and bring back camera from the gamepad. That would be fun. I hope Nintendo Land gets resurrected. It probably never will be, but they should break out some of the games that were in that, because that was fun, and offer those games for free to Nintendo Switch Online subscribers or something, because those were good. Those were good fun. And nobody played them because nobody bothered with Nintendo Land, but I liked it. Anyway, that was our only question this week.
That's
What?
it.
So that's the end.
Good night, everyone.
I don't believe you, but
Good night, everyone. Actually, I think there was one in the Ask P1P channel. Let me see if there was.
Okay.
Then we'll do
I think there's
that.
one in the chat too, but it's scrolled
Is
off
there?
now. Yeah.
Oh, we got one from Luke Lore. Yes. When I get into something, I check out the comics, movies, games, TV nonstop. Currently in a TMNT phase. Have done this with Sonic, Power Rangers, etc. Do any of you do something similar? When you get into a new license, do you
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
go full
Yeah.
bore into that?
Yeah. Although it's funny because some of them are just so overwhelming.
Yeah.
You could never,
Yeah.
ever, get into all of it. So,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, like
with my daughter getting into Ace Attorney,
Oh yeah.
then we watched the anime and we looked at like objection t-shirts and take that like apparel and stuff. And then I had the great Ace Attorney Chronicles as well. I bought that collection.
Mhm.
So we started playing that, and she was not interested in that at all.
Oh really?
Like once the character names started being Japanese character names, she's kind of struggled with those and was kind of a bit of a culture shock.
Oh,
She wasn't quite into that.
she
I'll
needed
work
to
on it. Eventually she'll get into it.
eat your
I'm sure.
hamburgers, Apollo, kind of thing.
That's
She
right.
needs that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've done that certainly. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like, watching like one of the Marvel movies, and I will go read some of the old comics and stuff like
Right.
that. Because I have not read a lot of those old like Marvel or DC comics. I just, I wasn't a big comic book reader as a kid. But, you see some of these movies and it's like, oh yeah, I kind of want to go back and read some of the stories that inspired this stuff. But it kind of, to what you were saying, Greg, I mean, suddenly you're looking at like 80 years worth of back issues. And
Yeah.
so it's like, well, there's no way I'm going to do this. So, what are some of the best Spider-Man books? What are some of the best Superman books that I can read?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like that's the thing with like I remember when we were playing through A Wolf Among Us, the
Mhm.
Telltale.
oh yeah,
And I
yeah.
think it was you that told me that it was based on a series called Fables. Fables?
I
anyway, yeah.
believe so, yes.
And it's like, okay, so I don't know how many books there were, but it was kind of the same idea where it's like somebody, again, it was probably you who said like they're for sale digitally, like the whole set.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna get those and I'll just read through all of them. Like I do tend to do that if there's an IP or something that I really enjoy and it's already existed for that long. It's the same as like when what used to happen more frequently, I think, than it does now. Like I can think about like the Watchmen movie. I saw the Watchmen movie. I liked it enough. It was okay. It wasn't amazing, but I thought the subject matter was really interesting. So like the next day I was out buying, because they released the book
Right.
again right after the movie came out. It's like, well, I absolutely have to read that. And end up liking the book way more than the movie, obviously.
Well,
But yeah, stuff like that. I tend to do that a lot, but not to the point where I'm watching like 7 seasons of a show. Like, I'll go online and get there, because there's always lists out there where it's like, here are like the 5 things you need to watch or read or
Mhm.
whatever on this property, and that'll sort of get you up to speed. And it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I see in the chat, Mr. Coffee,
Yeah.
Mr. Radar was
One Piece, screw
mentioned
that.
One Piece. Well, that's the thing. It's like,
One Piece.
I was telling you, Finn is so big into Attack on Titan at the moment, which he before completely like blew off anime as
Yeah.
a. I mean, I know anime is not a genre, but he blew
Which
it
my
off
daughter currently does. Yeah.
as a genre. Yeah, it was just like, oh yeah, anime's cringe. I think they say cringe, right?
Yeah.
But and he's got friends who are really into like Demon Hunter and stuff like
Mhm.
that. These the popular anime of the moment.
Yeah.
But something flipped a switch in his head to make him go, oh, I'm kind of interested in Titan, and then we started watching it, and he really got into it, and now he's like, and well, you know what it is? It's like there's some Roblox game that's kind of like a knockoff on One Piece that him and his friends have been playing. So now he's all suddenly like, oh, I think I'm gonna start watching One Piece after, and I'm just like, oh, dude. I mean, more power to you, but yeah, there's
a lot.
There's over 1,000 episodes of One
Yeah.
Piece,
Yeah.
so
It's ridiculous.
I guess buckle up.
That's
We're
right.
gonna hit the high seas for several 100,000 hours, I guess.
Yep.
So
Hmm.
we'll see what happens.
All right. Hey, looks like we did have some questions on Mastodon. I forgot about that. So
You just had
let's
to
do some
figure
of
out,
those.
had to remind yourself how to use Mastodon in order to see them.
I use Mastodon like every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to remind myself.
Okay. You
But
keep telling yourself
Hackarelius
that.
Namava asks, Tears of the Kingdom is a good few months old, so where does it rank compared to other Zelda games? And no, it's too different from traditional Zelda games to compare, please.
It's too different from traditional Zelda games to compare.
Wait, he just said not to say
Link to the
that.
Past is
He
better.
can say whatever he wants.
Link to the Past is better.
There you go. Link to. You know
no.
what though? I'm going to say that about any 3D Zelda game. I'm sorry. I'm going to. I'm not. It's my preference.
Yeah.
You're never going to convince me that a 3D Zelda game is better than Link to the Past.
I think it's pretty close between.
But that is absolutely, that's me. And I know
Wind
that I'm the
Waker,
weirdo.
Link Between Worlds, and maybe Tears of the Kingdom over Breath of the Wild for me.
No.
I think it's pretty close with Ocarina of Time in there somewhere. Because Ocarina of Time for me proved that a 3D Zelda game could work, and they've only made it better since then. And I think I mentioned that I wasn't like too big into the Zelda series until Ocarina. And all the 3D Zeldas are where I really fell in love with the series.
I still like Link to the Past the most. To me, and I mean, I know we're saying that we're not supposed to say they're too different, but I mean, you have to admit that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are such a departure from what Zelda was.
Yeah.
For better or worse, depending on how you look at it. But Link to the Past is still my favorite one. That's mostly nostalgia based, obviously. Obviously, I'm so into Tears of the Kingdom right now that it has to be high on the list, but I'm also right in the middle of it. You know what I mean? Like I don't like ranking games in sort of storied franchises like this that I'm currently playing, especially if I'm really enjoying it, even if I'm not really enjoying it, because I want to be able to sort of, finish with it and let it sit and sort of see where it lands in my ranking after that. You're always going to be sort of, if you're enjoying a game that you're currently playing, you're always going to be very in love with it in that moment.
Right.
And, but I mean, clearly I still can't put it down. It's made me a gamer that I'm not. I don't do the things that I've been doing in Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I'm not worried about side quests and open world games and all that sort of thing. Like, it's just not something I do. So the fact that it's gotten me to do a lot of things that I don't normally do as a gamer has to mean something.
Yeah.
So yeah. But
is this going to be your game of the year, Greg?
It's got to be at least top. I fully expect Spider-Man 2 to be amazing.
Yeah.
So I mean, when I went
Spectacular.
going into this year, going into this year, I kind of expected that Spider-Man 2 was going to be like the de facto front runner for my game of the year. I did not expect Tears of the Kingdom to do that. Not because I didn't think it was going to be a good game, but just because I wasn't crazy about Breath of the Wild and I knew it was going to be more of the same.
Right.
Now that 150 hours in, obviously, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is the front runner at the moment. But I'm very excited for Spider-Man. I'll be honest, because of Tears of the Kingdom, I haven't played much else.
Oh,
That came out this year. I actually start to wonder if I'm going to have 5 games to make a top
There
5
are
list.
so many games coming
numbers
out.
5 through 2.
But I'm not playing a lot of them.
So many
You know,
good games.
On the plus side, my video game budget is really low this year. Because like even
Nice.
I was saying to actually your best friend Mike was here last night and we were talking about this where it's like I'd like to buy the new Formula 1 game because I normally buy the F1 games every year, but I haven't because I know I'm not going to take the time to play it while I'm playing Tears. So
yeah. All right. Hagrelius Ambitious Spider says, I'm heading to Tokyo for the first time this week. Any good
Cool.
nerdy recommendations?
Nope, never been.
Well,
envy you.
obviously, you want to go to the Pokemon Center locations that are in Tokyo. There are a few of them.
There are.
So those are quite fun. If you're into Pokemon, there's a Nintendo Tokyo store, I believe. Go to that for sure.
Mhm.
And let's see, Akihabara, of course. You can go there. It's a
Akihabara's
lot
not
of
what it used to
anime.
be.
It's a lot of anime stuff. A lot
Yeah.
of that. There are some good sort of side things there that are fun. I mean, there used to be arcades, but I don't think.
I mean, well, like the big
Sega
Sega
arcade's
arcade in Akihabara is closed now.
Well, I
It's
thought it
gone,
had just been
yeah.
bought by somebody else. It's not.
It was
still an
bought by
arcade?
like Namco or something.
Oh,
They're
is it
trying to
still
reopen
open?
it.
Is it still open now?
I don't think so. No.
Oh,
I think it's maybe gonna reopen soon.
Oh, okay.
Not quite sure.
I mean, I'm not saying don't go to Akihabara.
No, I mean, you'll
But
definitely
it's
want
not
to.
the
You should go there on a
mecca
weekend just to see.
it once was.
Right.
It's not what it once was. You were absolutely right.
Oh, apparently the Sega arcade is open as
Yeah.
Gigo. Gijo?
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Last time I was there was a Gundam cafe that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Go into
Anyway.
if you're looking for toys, there's a Mandarake.
Mandarake, yes.
Mandarake is a fantastic store if you're looking for like old vintage toys.
Also, several locations, and
That is
there's
true.
one in particular that is like a couple floors of a mall
Oh yeah.
that also has like other nerdy stuff in there.
The only one I ever went into was the Akihabara location.
Oh, yeah, there's another location outside of the Akihabara one.
Okay. Yeah,
it's
I
quite
knew there
nice.
was a couple,
Yeah.
but yeah, they have like, I mean, they have like old, like really vintage stuff from like the 60s, but
Yeah.
and then they had a bunch of like 80s. Like I went in there and they had a bunch of like 80s Transformers and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
ones that never came out in the US.
In the chat, saying that Nakano Broadway is the name of the mall where the Mandarake is
Oh, okay.
taken over
Nice.
that area. And there are a whole bunch of like other nerdy shops
Yeah.
in there too. So yeah. But you can probably do a search on the internet for better recommendations than we would be able to give outside of that sort of top line.
Yeah. I mean,
Definitely hit the Pokemon Center.
last time I was
Nintendo
there,
Tokyo.
which was what, 2019.
Yeah.
I was there for work, but in my free time, I would just kind of take a train to a place and just wander around and see what I found. And I found some cool stuff,
Yeah.
just popping into stores and point me to your video game section. Let's look for the toy section. And I found plenty of cool stuff just wandering.
That is for sure.
Doing even a minimal amount of research, you're probably going to find some great stuff. But yeah.
All
I
right.
did go into Super Potato.
Apparently, that's not as good as it was
Super
even
Potato,
a few years ago.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Super Potato is, that's one of the locations where you hear is like, oh, Super Potato is like the video game shop of record.
It was for a while.
Yeah. Right now, though, it's a tourist trap at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So.
All right. Let's do this one from listener Tim, who says, do you think the original Joy-Cons will be compatible with the next-gen Switch? Maybe they have fancy new ones as well, but perhaps the same size and rail system will make it work with both styles of Joy-Cons? Are you surprised Nintendo never released an official D-pad Joy-Con this entire generation? I do think the old Joy-Con is gonna be they're gonna be compatible with. I think that's probably.
I think
that
so too.
Seems like a Nintendo thing to do. But then again, maybe not. I am surprised Nintendo never released one with the D-pad, but their concept for the Switch is those Joy-Cons being rotated and used as controllers for multiplayer games for two people to play. So in that regard, maybe it's not that surprising. And the licensees that have made Joy-Con with D-pads always have something missing in those, like no rumble, no gyro, etc. Like there's always some drawback to that. In the chat, listener Dustin says, I hope the next Joy-Cons are more ergonomic. I do too. That would be great. I use a third-party Joy-Con setup on my Switch right now, and just for the ergonomics. And I find it hard to go back to the original Joy-Con now because they are not great ergonomically. But
yeah, same.
But we'll see how that goes. And let's quickly do this one. Hacker alias Jaspertine asks, how good are you guys at recognizing video game music when played out of context? Asking for no reason at all.
If it's video game music from the early 2000s and before, not bad.
Yeah, anything after that, maybe not so good.
No.
Yeah, I'm not terribly good at it unless it's like something that I'm very familiar with. You play some old Mega Man or Mario music, but
yeah, exactly.
And even then it's got to be like Mega Man 1 or 2 or 3 maybe.
Yeah.
You played me a track from like Mega Man 6 and said, what game is this? I'd probably have no idea.
Right.
Yeah.
I might guess just because, well, it sounds like Mega Man music, but like I certainly couldn't tell you what stage it is or whatever.
Right.
Well, we look forward to your video game music quiz.
Yeah, really. If that's what you're trolling for, we'll probably do very poorly.
Yeah.
Unless it's the soundtrack to Burnout Paradise, which we all know by heart.
No. Not even a little bit.
I know the soundtrack from the trailer.
Burnout Revenge, sure.
All
right. That's the show. That's it. It's the end. We're done. Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on the Twitters /X's /Mastodon.social, Threads, Blue Sky. We're on all the stuff. All the social media cloud. The toxic cloud that is social media. We're on it. But we also have one of those traditional websites, playeronepodcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Stewart, and you'll find Generation 16 episodes there as well. And if you're looking for show notes, maybe the name of a game that we mentioned that you didn't quite catch while we were talking about, but you want to double check that, you can check out our show notes. Those links to everything that we talked about will be in those show notes. And there's also a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitch.televisions.
Yeah.
Typically we do our show on Sunday evenings at 5:30 Pacific time. So join us, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. CJ's got to fill out that bookshelf somehow. Probably not with books, because we know that involves reading.
Yeah.
But certainly he can get some sort of shelf filler, some accoutrement, you know?
For sure.
Some knickknacks. You'll go to the home decor section of Target and get some nice little wooden sculptures or some brass bookends.
Okay.
You know, maybe some wicker baskets. I don't know what normal people put in their homes. You know,
Lego.
The home decor section for Phil is the toys section.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
That's
what we're getting at.
I got a big old Unicron sitting right back there. So that's home decor for me, but CJ will get something classy, no doubt.
Yeah.
Kidding, of course. Your Patreon funds, dear friends, go to support our show and pay for all of this extravagance and keep us streaming and hosting and all that such. And I'll tell you what, we're not just taking your money. I mean, we are. We're absolutely taking your money, but we're giving you something in return. And what that is a weekly bonus episode that we record right after this, where we play games, crack wise, having fun doing all the stuff we can't. I mean, we probably could do it on the regular show, but we do it on this.
Yeah.
CJ.
Yeah.
Do we have a game for this week?
We do indeed.
Oh, sweet Christmas. What is it?
It is a Jeopardy quiz from yours and my best friend, Mike. And this is about games that have been featured in Generation 16 episodes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing Greg's here.
Yeah, I'll still suck at it, but let's do it.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all about Flicky.
It's it is an AI art quiz, but the games have been featured. Generation 16. Yes, so you know.
Okay. Well, we'll see how this turns out, friends.
It's gonna be good.
Please join us.
See if Greg even can guess these games.
I mean, again, he's our ringer here.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens. So please join us.
Was he paying attention to his own content?
You will get all of that if you are a Patreon subscriber of the $5 tier.
Cheap.
There it is. Hey, I'll tell you what, if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to patreon.com/Greg Seward to help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Phil. And if you are a supporter of the $5 variety,
also cheap.
Thank you, Sade. You get access to the Weekly Commute, which is a weekly vlog series where I talk about the episodes I'm working on, the current situation of each, some interesting stories about the research, that sort of thing, and anything else I can think of, anything I want to talk about. Usually lately that's been talking about my time at Gaming Age, which was the website I helped run. I hope to co-found and run before I pretended I read EGM and submitted a reader review for issue 114, and then they hired me. But yeah, so please consider supporting the show. I really appreciate it. It goes towards things like paying for Premiere Pro, which is what I use to edit the show on, because I don't want to use a pirated version. I use a legit copy.
There you
Very
go.
nice.
Trying to be honest, and you
Yeah.
can help me stay honest with the show.
Very
Nice.
nice. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
CJ.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Phil.
Oh, you bet. Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Philip.
And of course, a big old thank you to you, our wonderful listeners, every single darned one of you. Remember, as always, take care of yourself, your loved one, your family, your friends. Do what you gotta do to be safe. Be kind to each other, golly. And we hope to see you next week. Goodbye, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.